of crazy. You don't hear of things like Walmart closing. Walmart.
When Walmart announced the closure of several stores nationwide, many believe it to be a temporary adjustment. However, the reality is far more sobering. A total of 40 stores across 6 states are shutting their doors. For many communities, these closures are more than just an inconvenience. They represent a major disruption to daily life. In towns where Walmart is the only large retail outlet, its departure leaves behind a void that no other store can easily fill. But the matter does not end with store closures. A deeper, more complex transformation is underway. Waves of customs duties, introduced as part of former President Trump's trade policies, are forcing even retail giants like Walmart to raise prices and completely overhaul their supply chains. This shift stretches far beyond store shelves, affecting ports, warehouses, and the very heart of the global trade network. So, why has Walmart taken such a dramatic step? And what are far-reaching consequences? Let's take a closer look at the unfolding situation. The burden of tariffs. Walmart, long celebrated for its everyday low prices, is now grappling with unprecedented cost pressures. Tariffs imposed on Chinese imports soared to historic levels, peaking at 145% in some categories. This sudden rise has rippled across Walmart's vast supply chain, pushing the company to pass on these costs to consumers. What began as modest price hikes in select categories has now expanded to essential goods: food, baby diapers, electronics, and seasonal products. In the toy aisle, for instance, prices surged by 20%, even 30% in certain cases, within just a few weeks. Naturally, customers accustomed to stable, affordable pricing reacted with frustration. Studies reveal that nearly 2/3 of Walmart shoppers now feel they are paying more than expected. A search for new paths. The company's leadership describes the situation as a profound structural challenge. Unable to absorb rising expenses, Walmart began sourcing products from countries like Vietnam, India, and Mexico, regions offering lower production costs and fewer geopolitical risks than China. However, this transition is far from seamless. Shifting supply chains requires new quality controls, logistical realignments, and time. Walmart has already started expanding distribution hubs in Texas and reconfiguring East Coast ports to receive goods from its new trade partners. Even so, experts warn that the savings from these alternative sources may never match the cost advantages once enjoyed through Chinese suppliers. Store closures and community fallout. Amid these upheavals, Walmart is also closing dozens of physical locations, especially in small towns across California, Colorado, Georgia, Maryland, Ohio, and Wisconsin. These closures are officially attributed to rising operational costs and efforts to streamline efficiency. But for local residents, the departure feels like betrayal. These stores were more than retail spaces. They were community anchors, providing not just groceries and medicine, but employment, commerce, and stability. Their absence sends shockwaves through local economies. Restaurants, gas stations, small businesses, delivery drivers, and many others are affected. In some towns, Walmart was the largest employer. Its exit leaves behind economic uncertainty and lost hope. Automation, a double-edged sword. To remain competitive in the face of rising costs, Walmart is also accelerating its investment in automation. From robotic shelf stockers to automated checkout systems, and even autonomous vehicles in warehouses. The company is leaning heavily into technology. This shift may improve efficiency, but comes at a human cost. Thousands of entry-level jobs are now at risk. Unions and labor advocates have voiced strong concerns, warning of widespread job loss, particularly in low-income and rural areas where alternative employment is scarce. Walmart defends its strategy, arguing that workers will be repositioned as customer service consultants, but many fear this transformation will displace more workers than it helps. A clash with policy and politics. These developments have not gone unnoticed in Washington. Reports suggest that President Donald Trump reacted angrily to Walmart's restructuring, criticizing the company for outsourcing jobs and raising prices, actions he sees as contradictory to his America First vision. Yet, Walmart insists it has no choice. We already operate with razor-thin profit margins. Say executives, we cannot absorb these costs without adjusting our strategies. The result? a deeply divided public opinion. Some argue that Walmart has abandoned American values, while others see it as a business, simply adapting to survive under hostile economic conditions. A retail world in flux. Walmart's moves are setting a precedent. As the retail giant transforms, other major chains like Target, Costco, and even Amazon are reconsidering their own operations. The pressure of tariffs, rising costs, and evolving consumer habits are leading many to cut back on physical stores, increase automation, and seek cheaper overseas suppliers. The implications are enormous. If human workers are replaced by machines and prices still remain high, what does a consumer gain? Economists warn that this could lead to a troubling scenario: high prices, low employment, and a shrinking middle class. Final thoughts. This is not just a story about store closures or supply chains. It is a tale of how global economics, national policies, and corporate decisions collide, and how the fallout touches lives in profound ways. From rising grocery bills to shuttered schools and empty main streets, the consequences are reshaping the American landscape. Walmart, once a symbol of low-cost abundance, now stands at the crossroads of profitability and responsibility. What lies ahead for the communities left behind? What lessons can other corporations learn from this shift? And most importantly, what choices do we, as consumers, workers, and citizens, have in shaping the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable notifications to stay informed about the latest developments from around the world.